Are you struggling with health issues, like a major crisis right now? Maybe it's digestive issues, maybe in your lungs, maybe in your throat with sore throats, maybe a constant ongoing cough. Maybe it's skin issues. Skin is our largest organ and it tells a lot about what's going on the inside. So if we break out in hives, rashes, or acne, that is, or maybe we stink with body odor, that is our body's way of letting us know something is off on the inside. And so we must take care of the root of the problem. And it starts from within. And it starts with the gut health, being healthy in the stomach, and getting enough of the healthy hydrochloric acid, and getting a good pH balance into our stomach, and having those prebiotics and probiotics to strengthen the gut, right? So it's so important that we pay attention to what's going on there. I was raised on healthy food. I had to eat healthy to thrive. My twin and I, we had to have a strict diet or else we wouldn't have made it past the age of 5. So we had the strict diet, but then when we became teens, we didn't follow this as well. We ate junk food. And then when I moved out of the house and when I got married, I just adopted the standard American diet. I wanted to just make it easy, and that's how my husband grew up, so that's how we would eat too. And after I had my first pregnancy, at the very tail end of my first pregnancy, the last 6 weeks, I started coughing up blood and I wasn't feeling good at all. And so I just decided I'll do whatever it takes to stay healthy. I don't want to be that mom in bed and sick all the time. I want a lot of kids and I want to be able to chase after them and have fun with them. So I decided that, well, let me give you a backtrack. I struggled with acne from the time I was 11 to all of my teens. I just didn't eat the healthiest of foods between that phase, and it showed up on my face. And I was really self-conscious because I'm like, I've already had a couple kids. I have a lot of acne and I should be out of that phase. So I looked into it and I went ahead and ordered Proactiv, which is a medication that you can order online or over the phone at the time, because I didn't do internet at that point. And so I just called it in and they just mail it to your door, and it's wonderful, right? Proactiv, it got rid of my acne and I was super, super happy about it. But and then again, I didn't want to be dependent on Proactiv. And I had a miscarriage, and something told me maybe that miscarriage was linked to me taking Proactiv or being on Proactiv. And sure enough, I looked in the fine print, the fine lines where it says super, super small, may cause miscarriages. And so I was like, oh, hold up, I am done doing that. Well, I went off of Proactiv and I broke out like something fierce. I had never had acne to this extent ever in my life. It was like zits on top of zits, pimples everywhere, like forehead, cheeks, chin, nose, just I was covered. And pizza face is a really nice term to put it at. It was just everywhere. And I was so mortified, being this young mom, having a husband. I didn't even want my kids and husband to look at me because it was that awful. I couldn't even stand to look at myself in the mirror. And I was just so self-conscious because I already had dealt with bad acne my whole entire life and had a bunch of comments given to me at that point. And it was awful. I wouldn't go to the grocery store if we needed food or any errands ran. My husband had to do it when he got home from work because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even go to church because it was that bad. So I was in this bad state, and I finally went to my parents' house. We were hanging out one night, and my parents had adopted eating a raw vegan diet where it's no animal products whatsoever, but nothing cooked. And my dad had told me, this is your answer. This will help your situation. And I kind of didn't want to hear it. But I was at the point where, I'll do anything what it takes. And my life has kind of been stripped from me. I can't even go grocery shopping. I don't even want to go to church. And so I thought, what, I'll do it. I'll try it. And it was hard because it takes a lot of willpower. And I went strictly raw, and my face cleared within 3 months, like pretty clear, and I was pretty happy about it. But I continued on this raw diet for another 2 months, And my face was absolutely flawless, beautiful, glowing, just healthy, just so great. I had never had such beautiful skin my entire life at that point. Well, um, yeah, it just, so I think when you're in a huge, I don't recommend the raw, I'm not just pushing the raw diet, everybody go raw vegan. But I truly think when you are in a huge health crisis, a raw vegan diet would be amazing to help clean out the impurities, the toxins, and things that are in your body. So, there was a time where when I went strict vegetarian just after my first was born, I had tried to go raw before I found out I was pregnant with my second child. I had decided, because it was a new thing that my parents were trying, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this out, whatever. This is kind of different. And I tried it, and I got pregnant with our second. And so I had our first baby at the hospital. Traditionally, I just had our first baby. It was the most horrible experience. So I chose from then on, the second pregnancy, I told my husband that I would like to go to a midwife and have my baby at home. That's a whole other story. I will get into that story another time. But so I chose to have a midwife, and I was going to my midwife, and I loved the personalized visits we would get, because my doctor had never asked, well, tell me what your eating habits are like. How much water are you drinking? How much exercise are you getting? Tell me what your activities are like. Like, I had none of that going to the doctor when I was pregnant with my first. So I was like so excited. She wants to know how I'm eating, and she wants to know what I'm doing and what I'm drinking and how much I'm drinking. And it was so exciting. But she wasn't that excited. When I told her I was eating a raw diet that was vegan, she just shook her head and she said, this does not make me happy. Your baby is going to be born 4 or 5 pounds. And I almost don't want to take you on as a client, because you are a vegan, number one. And then you're telling me that you eat a lot, mostly raw. Number two, I don't know. I really, you're considered high risk in my opinion, and I don't want to take you on. But she was just like, she kind of rolled her eyes, and we're like, well, we interviewed a lot of midwives and we like you best. And she just kind of rolled her eyes and said, whatever. And she decided to take me on. And so I continued my diet. I didn't eat raw the whole entire pregnancy, but I did my first half. And then I went back to just strictly vegetarian, but I had like baked potatoes and cooked food and spaghetti and different things like that. So when my baby was born, because she was not excited, I wasn't very big. I don't get very big. My first baby I held carried in my back, and my second pregnancy I just wasn't very big. My huge is not too big for other people, and so she wasn't very impressed. And so here I am giving birth to my second, and when she weighed him, she's like, I will just shut up. You knew what you were doing and you took care of your body well, because he was born 8 pounds, 5 ounces, just this healthy big baby. And so anyway, that kind of changed her outlook on, because there are junk food vegetarians, junk food vegans, and then there's vegans that like to feed their body and nourish it properly. And I was one of those that knew how to nourish and take care of my body. So I will get into another story of taking a health class and what happened doing that. So that's a whole different story too. But I wanted to get into how we feed our bodies is so important. So I was able to clear my acne through a raw diet with eating just fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and sometimes I would sometimes I would soak those nuts and seeds so that it could draw out even more nutrition, and sprouts, and so lots of salads and avocados and things that I would thrive on. And it really did help me in those major crisis modes. I don't think I could ever be just strictly raw my whole entire life. I just listen to my body. So whenever I feel like I am in crisis mode in anything, whether it's inflammation or breaking out or things are going on, that is definitely a diet that I will implement and strictly adhere to get my body back in balance and feeling great, along with great supplements and things like that. So I just wanted to know where you were at health-wise, and if you're in a crisis, go ahead and give that a try if that's your last option. To me, going the medical route is not an option for me because they put a Band-Aid on this situation rather than getting to the root of the problem. And when we get to the root of the problem, that is where healing takes place. Thank you for joining me on Made to Heal with Angela Brown. I would also invite you to subscribe, like, and subscribe to my channel, share it with others. And also, I want to remind those that are interested, I have a 12-week online course for Christian women that starts April 1st and it goes to June 17th. And I really take you, not on my journey, but I take all the things that I learned on my healing journey because I dealt with depression, suicidal thoughts, and so many things, resentment, anger, self-loathment. I didn't have any self-love. And when I hit rock bottom, God and Christ literally showed me the tools that I needed. And it took me 9 years, and I am still going on 9 years learning how to implement these. And it doesn't mean I don't have sad moments and I don't have hard hard things happening to me, but I do have the tools now to help me propel and keep moving forward rather than staying stuck. And so I give you all these tools that I had learned in several years to help you grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I invite you to invite your mom, your sister or sisters, a friend, a neighbor, or coworkers to join you on this healing journey. It's just going to be a great group of women that are like-minded and that are wanting to heal themselves. For when we heal ourselves, we change the world outside ourselves. It is truly amazing. So the link will be in the comments below to register for that class. Go ahead and please share it. I would love that. And also, again, please like and subscribe to my channel, and we will see you next time. God bless.